Right, our next guest of the morning is here.
The Radio 1 Breakfast Show with Nick Grimshaw. That's you.
Good morning, Graham Norton.
Hey, good morning to you. Good morning, young people.
How are you?
I'm very well. I'm not rudimental. How could I be anything but marvellous?
Were they all right? Were they nice to you?
Oh, so nice. Like, we've Snapchatted. We did all sorts.
Have you really?
Yeah.
I love that Fiona came just then. Get on the mic, Fiona. She put the camera on Graham and then come get on the mic. And she came in here and she said, "Oh, I thought Graham Norton was a member of Rudimental then."
No, she came out. I was chatting to Rudimental and she came out and tried, "Has anyone seen Graham Norton?" Like, you know, there was a sort of swear. There was a swear word implied.
No.
Yeah. They were like, "He's late. Where is he?"
You were blending in. You had like your puffer jacket on.
No, but look, I was here so long. I had a mug of thing which isn't in this room.
Not in this room. No.
Not in this room.
No, not in this room.
Not in this room. I like the way rules eventually slide. You held up that rule.
No. The drink in the room is still off.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm not drinking.
It's still off. I just walked through the office then and I saw Tony, whose job it is the operations manager. So he makes everything work and makes everything happen here at Radio 1. And I just walked through the office when Tina was doing the news. Then as a joke, I said, "Tony, Tina's eating and drinking while she's reading the news." And he stood up and sort of like marched towards the studio. I said, "I'm joking. She's not. So it's still a serious rule because we talked about this last time.
Tina's allowed to walk around now.
Yeah, we've let her out of the news box.
That she's unleashed.
Which she's been through quarantine and now she's allowed in.
That's like, you've had her chipped.
Yeah,
and she's great.
Fine. Yeah. We can always find her, in case she wanders too far. But nice to have you in, Graham, and we're really excited that you came in.
That's very nice, but I was just saying out there, I'm not quite sure why I was here. I was on my way here and I was thinking, have I published a book in my sleep? Have I made a film? Why am I here? I think I'm just here to talk about the chat show.
We're just here to have a nice time.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yeah, just to have a nice time.
No, and they said, "Do you want to do the BBC Radio 1 show?" And I was like, "Yes, of course I do."
Yeah.
So, I equally, I don't know why I'm here, but it's nice. It's very nice.
You're here because we love you.
Yeah. Should I write a book quickly?
Yeah, do you know what? Let's try and write a book during the next song.
Yeah.
It is 4 minutes long.
I know. We could probably write two, one each.
Right, yeah. We can write a little book during the next song. We'll make that happen. But last time you were here, you were actually selling a book.
Yes, which is why I thought maybe I'd written another one.
Maybe
but
no. You can still buy that book if you want.
Actually, that's a good point. Still out for Christmas.
Just like last year.
Yeah, it won't seem so special when you buy it for somebody, but it is available.
They'll be like, "Oh, this old book from last year." No, but we wanted to get you on as well because we were here one day and we're going through the papers as we do. And when we opened the paper one day, it was you talking about saying that you listen to the Radio 1 Breakfast Show. You tune in.
I do, of course I do.
I love that you listen.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't I?
Well, I don't know. Why not?
Well, the options are quite limited. So, well, the Today Show's too dull.
Yeah.
And then other things have ads. Mm-hmm. And so it's really between you and Chris.
Yeah.
I work in that studio. That seems very dull. That's like listening to people knocking around in the living room. So this is glamorous to me. I don't know what's going on. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
It's very exciting.
Very exciting. Yeah. What's been your favourite bit? Not to get really obsessed with myself, but what's been your favourite bit in recent time of my show?
Wow, Nick Grimshaw. Even I have never asked that question of a guest.
And I think you should ask that guest.
What's the best thing about the
me?
show?
Yeah,
well,
about me.
Do you know what? I can't think of a good thing, but I can think of an odd thing. Who the hell was that guy yesterday?
Who was on yesterday?
Some of you. Actually, no. I've got an answer. My favourite bit now is that you play a quiz, seeing if you can know who was on the show last week, because that is so accurate and telling. That if I played that game, I would score 0 every week.
You can't remember. We have guests on all day. Like, we've had loads going on today.
Yeah.
And then imagine like next week. People will be like, "Who was on?" Like, I don't know.
Well, no, but tomorrow I would know who was on today. Yeah. No,
you forget.
I think that is it's so... And also, because if you're a guest, next week sitting in the car, kind of going, "Oh, that's me," they'll know that. Oh, no, they don't remember. They don't remember that. But they liked me. They really liked me in that moment.
Well, because we're very present, that's why.
Yeah.
We don't like to dwell on the past. We like to be very, very present, basically.
Question. Is that Justin Bieber over there?
Yes, that is Justin Bieber, yeah.
Oh?
Yeah, it's a cardboard cutout, everybody, relax. Yeah. But yeah, that is Justin Bieber there.
while I'm here, I might as well tell the Radio 1 listeners, Justin Bieber is on my show, not this week, not this Friday, next Friday.
Wonderful.
Yes.
He's going to be on this show on Tuesday.
Okay. Have you announced who your big special guest is for Friday yet?
No. So
I don't know who it is.
Fiona, relax.
Fiona's telling me, don't tell anyone. I don't know. How the hell would I know? It's not me, so I don't know.
And he doesn't care.
Imagine if I just guessed in
her
my
face
head.
then. They don't send an email to everyone at the
Is it
BBC.
Director General Tony Hall? Is he coming in?
You've ruined it now. No, tomorrow we have Daniel Craig and Naomi Harris.
Oh, yeah. They're on my show on Friday night.
Yeah,
with Sam Smith singing.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So Sam Smith singing with a big orchestra.
Oh, nice.
And Christoph Waltz.
Oh.
Who's won 2 Oscars? That seems too much, I feel. He's only been around a wet weekend. And he's got 2 Oscars already.
What did he get them for? He got one for
Inglorious Thingy.
Yeah.
And then, aren't we good?
Yeah.
And Django Unchained.
Django Unchained.
You can say all of that.
My friend mashed them up the other day when she was trying to remember what those 2 films were that he won the 2 Oscars for, and she called it Inglorious something Django. I was like, that's 2 films mashed into one. She's like, no, that's the name of it.
Well, actually, watching one of them, it feels that long. Because, yes.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, he's not a fan of the...
No, of the edit.
Of the edit.
No.
Yes. Have you seen the Bond movie yet?
I'm seeing it today.
Oh, today? Oh, I'm seeing it tonight.
Me too, tonight, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Oh, see you there.
Now, can we say about the interview time? Oh, not really.
When it's gone out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can we say, like, when it's happening?
No.
No, okay. But basically, it's... I mean, we're going to tell Daniel Craig this, aren't we? I'm going to do the interview before I've seen the film.
Okay.
So that's going to be, like, the wrong way round. But he's aware of that.
Now, can I just
But I
say,
can... Go on.
as a fellow interviewer,
Yes.
isn't it so much easier to talk to people when you haven't seen the film?
Yes!
Like, because once you've seen it, genie's out of the bottle. We all know.
Yeah.
So I'm, you watch a trailer or something, you go, that looks great. Whereas if you've sat through it and you know it just honks to high heaven, they know, and it's like you've seen them, sort of with their pants down or something. It's embarrassing.
And also, everybody listening doesn't know when I say, oh, that bit with the fire. Everyone listening is like, what bit with the fire? We've not seen it.
Yeah. 3 weeks later,
Yeah.
was this the bit with the fire?
Yeah.
I thought there was fire in it.
Yeah, exactly. But have you interviewed him before, Daniel Craig?
Yeah, he was on for Skyfall, the last one.
And what was he like? Do I need to be ready, prepared, nervous, excited? What should I be like with him?
I think just please. He's very
Yeah.
nice. I'm sure he'll have had a wash.
Yeah.
Brush his teeth. Yeah.
His eyes in real life are crazy as well. Like, you see them on screen and you're like, oh, they've been edited.
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
been made more blue. They've made them look more attractive for the screen.
Yeah.
I think they actually make them less attractive for the screen, because when you see them in real life, they're like rare sort of turquoise diamonds.
Do they zing?
Yeah, I mean, don't look directly at them because they are very powerful.
Thanks for that tip.
They're like when you go on Snapchat and you can scroll along now and you can make the blue eye lasers. They're like that in real life.
Hey, that was with
Was it
Rudimental,
really?
That was my first ever Snapchat
You should get
experience.
into it. It's great.
Really?
Yeah, well, let's do one now during this song.
What is Snapchat? I don't know. Yeah. I
explain.
do Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I carve headstones. No, I don't.
I was like, okay.
I was just thinking of old technology. Yeah, I chisel stone.
It's a great app. Right, this is our track of the day today on Radio 1. It is from Paris. It's called White Noise. And you're going to hear it all day long. We'll chat more with Graham Norton about stone carving after this. There we go, track of the day today on BBC Radio 1. It comes from Paris. It's called White Noise. Graham Norton, did you like that, or did we talk all the way through it?
We talked all the way through it, but I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have made me switch channels.
What makes you switch off Radio 1?
Actual kind of white noise. Something very noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah, noisy things. No, I can't. And I really can't. To the point where I kind of think, who can like that?
Right.
Who can like that? Oh, by the way, I know you've talked about it already, but like for anyone today who's thinking about phoning in sick, if you phone in sick, no one cares really. Oh, Bob will do it. Oh, we'll do that tomorrow. But like Liam went phoning in sick. That's terrible.
I mean, it's a real tough one.
11,000 people are being babysat by policemen, people flying in.
It's chaos.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, Kelly, can you do checkout 3? Because Marsha's not here today.
It's chaos.
The pressure on you not to phone in sick. The pressure to kind of just be well.
I wonder if someone
hideous.
was back there being like, you are all right, and you're going to go out there.
Yeah.
You're going to sing.
Dr.
I thought,
Showbiz.
what if it's like if it's a bit of a dodgy tummy? And it's a bit one of those ones where you think it's gone.
Oh.
And then it's not gone, and then all of a sudden, you need the
Yeah.
bathroom again.
I think 11,000 small girls would prefer to see nothing than to see that happen.
Yeah, than to see that happen.
Imagine if, you don't want to see Liam have an accident.
No, on stage.
No,
You
that would
don't want to see
traumatize you for life.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I know they really like them.
Yeah.
But that might be the thing. I remember Robbie Williams saying once, like, when he's in Take That, like years and years ago, that he says when he doesn't want to fancy someone, he imagines them having a poo. And that's how he gets over like really hot supermodels.
That would work.
And I remember him saying that, and that's always stuck with me.
But I always feel like supermodels don't.
No, and if they do,
There's a few rabbit pellets
it's like
fall out of a legging as they walk.
It's how Maltesers are made.
And that's it. That's it. Nothing else happens. There's no flushing involved. Just leave them in an ashtray.
Same with Victoria Beckham. It's like a small once a year.
Be like The Martian. No, it won't be like The Martian. It'll be very different with The Martian. Did you see The Martian?
I've not yet seen The Martian.
There's a lot of kind of foil bags in The Martian.
I'm desperate to see it.
Yeah.
I've tried to go and see it twice, and then it's been sold out once, and then once I fell asleep. So desperate to go and see it. But no, we wish him well, Liam. We hope he's all right.
no,
There's a lot of
absolutely.
pressure that
Yeah,
if you have to cancel a One Direction
the thing
show.
is because some of the little girls were going, could the others not come on? Could they rain on? And like, presumably it's a choreographed thing. I don't know how shambolic it is. Can 3 people just wander on and do it? I mean, I imagine it's a better show than that.
Yeah, they can't be like, oh, we don't need him.
Yeah,
need him.
just a spotlight. The lighting, just like there's an empty thing. Mind you, having said that, I went to see Take That with only 3 of them.
Yeah.
You didn't notice at all.
And I don't know if you saw TFI on Friday, but they got to do the chair thing with 3 of them. One Direction could have recreated that. Did you see that when they all lay on the chair on TFI?
No.
So they do this very clever thing where they got the 3 members of Take That, 3 chairs together, ask them all to lean back so they're overlapping each other, and then remove the chairs. And due to the balance and gravity, it works perfectly. One Direction could have done that last night for 2 hours.
And delighted 11,000 screaming girls.
That.
Well, actually, they would have liked that.
They would have liked that. They like it when they do weird things.
Yeah,
like
so long
touch
as
each other and lean in.
Yeah, so long as no one had an accident.
Yeah, they quite
that would have spoiled that item.
Have you ever had to like get phone in sick for your show and like not go? Because I know I've done it once for radio, and I feel. Well, the times I've been sick, I've probably been sick, 2 or 3 times, maybe in like 3 years. And then once I went on holiday to Istanbul and lost my voice. Now, the problem was that I really promoted the fact that I was on holiday all weekend on Instagram.
Yes, you did.
And I was basically like showing off like, I'm a party! And then I had no voice. Yes. So you feel really bad.
Yes.
Really bad.
Yes, you should.
And I felt really bad.
You should.
But I had no voice, so I couldn't do it.
But you must have known Monday was coming. At some point you would need to speak. So
I know, but
maybe I won't scream like a banshee in Istanbul for 3 days in a row. But I'm just saying, I'm not your mother, but I am just saying, you knew that day was coming.
I did know that day was coming. Yeah. But I've never lost my voice before.
Well, now you know.
Now I know to put the reins on it.
Yeah.
When
it's scream like a banshee for 2 days, not 3. Yeah.
Maybe I can do it only in like the UK when it's involving travelling. That's when it gets bad.
No, I had one time, I was doing an audience item, and I suddenly thought, I don't feel very... and I was thinking, can I get through this audience item? And I was thinking, you know what, I don't think I can get through this audience item. So I had to then leave the audience, run past my sofa of guests, out the back, and luckily they turned my mic down, but terrible out the front end, not the back end.
Yeah.
Out the front end, just awful. Like,
Floor, or did you make it to like a bin or something?
Luckily, there was a kind of plastic thing there.
Yeah.
So that's
someone's handbag.
Yeah. That'll be in my V&A exhibition when I have it. But that was it. And then I had to come back out. And of course, couldn't tell anyone because, you don't want the audience worrying about you or the guests worrying about you. So I remember having to kiss Letitia Dean goodbye with my big vomity mouth.
Bye. He's like,
Yeah.
Graham's Norton
Yeah.
stinks.
Then another time, I remember.
Was that pre-beard, though? So you didn't have to worry about the vomit in the beard?
Imagine, you've already made me want to shave it off now, just in case that ever happens.
Just in case.
Yeah.
We've got to talk about the beard as well, because my friend the other day said that he doesn't like the beard.
Okay.
And I said, I love the beard. And I said, why don't you like it? And he said, Graham Norton is too famous and too much a part of my life for him to change. He said, it's like if Beyonce just got a beard, it wouldn't make sense. Because in his head, you look a certain way, and now the beard is too shocking for him that he can't commit to it.
Okay, I think he needs help. He needs to embrace change, and really, my beard is helping him through some issues. Now,
like,
in
it's too
fairness,
much.
if Beyonce grew a beard, I think we'd all be in shock. I think me growing a beard is slightly surprising, but it's not that shocking. No, I'm going to keep it for a while.
I like it.
Yeah, I was going to shave it off, but then I realised that people have taken photographs of me with it, and I think there's a BBC One Christmas trail where I have a beard. So I kind of thought, I better not.
And quite festive as well.
Do you know, I can put baubles in it. It'll be lovely.
It'll
Come
be great.
Christmas, this will come into its own. People will be going, I'm so jealous of his big white beard.
Right, I want to get some questions from the public to you, because I feel like you always ask questions, and that's your job. So why don't we play a couple of songs, and then anything that you want to ask Graham Norton, because that is his job. He will interview the stars. Why don't we get the country to interview you? 81199. Give us a text right now.
This won't go wrong.
No, this will be great. We'll chat after this.
This is
BBC Radio 1.
Sana Kygo and Ella Henderson, BBC Radio 1. And before that, a little bit of music from the Vaccines. It is 10 minutes past 9 on Wednesday morning. We have the Nick's tape with Rudimental from 9:30 this morning. Graham Norton's still here.
Yeah, mixtape. Bring it on.
They were very interested in you joining them.
That's not going to happen.
Is that? Yeah, let's be honest. That's not
really not
happening.
gonna
That's not
happen.
happening.
Yeah.
That's not happening. So we were saying we've both got to interview Daniel Craig this week,
Oh, yes, we do.
and Naomi Harris, which we're pretty excited about.
We'll have a question off.
Yeah. Should we try and get the same word into the interview?
No.
Why?
Because I am a professional, Nick.
Yeah, we can do
I am
this.
Not going to, I am not. No, I am not going.
Come on.
No,
I think you should do
If
this.
my whole show goes to pot because I put in some stupid word that you suggested,
It doesn't have to be a stupid
no one will
word.
be very happy.
It doesn't have to be a stupid word.
Can it be Bond? Then I'm in.
Yeah. It's Spectre is the crazy word.
Okay, good
Come
game.
on, let's
good
do
game.
it. I'll do it when he's on the show tomorrow.
Okay.
And then everyone can watch on Friday and see.
Oh, but the thing, my show's edited, so I can just say it was edited out.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Why doesn't it be bin bags?
Bin bags.
Bin bags. It's got to be something tough that you can't obviously get in.
Asparagus is always hard.
Should we go with asparagus?
Asparagus is very
Should we go-
hard.
No, asparagus could be easy. Because you'd be like, you've got a great body in the film. You must have worked out quite a lot healthy food, like a lot of fish, asparagus, vegetables.
You'd ask that question. Can I just say that's got to be edited out? No. See, bin bags is easy because you kind of go.
Bin bags is harder.
No, I was expecting to see lots of bodies being carried out in bin bags.
Oh, okay, that is quite easy. Hey, this is a game for next time you're on.
Oh, how to get Actually,
words.
that is a good game.
How to get
Good game.
Good game.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
time you're on, we'll do this. Next time we've got the same guest on, we'll try and do it. We'll try and make it happen. Right, questions from lots of people that want to ask you stuff because we feel like you just ask the questions. We want to ask you some questions. Yeah. Michaela, who's 26. Hi, Michaela. She's wrote Michaela, 26.
I don't know her.
From Egham. She's wrote that like we're on a dating website or something. Graham, you're my favourite chat show host by far. But what other job would you have chosen to do if you had to?
See, I have no skills. Life skills, zero. I wait at tables, work behind bar. I might be the manager of a bar by now.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Or...
What about when you were a kid? Were you ever like, I want to do that?
Oh, but all those jobs you want to do when you're a kid require qualifications.
Yeah.
And you soon lose... You know what I mean? So I thought, I'd love to be a zoologist. But then you realize, there's an exam involved in that.
Yeah.
Really, I just wanted to sit in a truck and look at lions walk by. But and apparently zoologists did that. So I thought, that'd be nice. But no, there's an exam involved. So,
I like when you meet people's really stupid kids and they're like, I'm going to be a zoologist or a doctor. And you're like, you are not going to be. You are never going to be a doctor. I want to be an astronaut. And you're like,
yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck. Could you ask Sir Graham which guest he's ever had on and would have kicked off halfway through had he had the chance? That's from Keith from Frome.
What? What would have kicked off? Oh, kicked off the show?
Yeah, Froome, not Frome. It's Froome, like broom, isn't it? Who would you have kicked off?
I mean, you're from here. I'm used to this. When I'm on Radio 2, I stumble through every single place name. My excuse is I'm from Ireland.
I'm Irish.
You have no excuse.
Yeah, Froome like broom.
I think, it's a bit like if you invite someone into your house, you're
Right.
stuck with it then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's happened now.
Yeah.
And also, it doesn't go on that long. You get to the end,
Yeah.
and you kind of know you'd never see them again. So, I'm not kicking anyone
I
off.
guess people won't be difficult on your show because they want to be on your show.
Well, no, they can, but it's the same here. They know that they should be here. It's Radio 1. They're going to sell some records. People are going to think, and yet somehow people still can be quite, quite tricky. They don't quite get that. Oh, where's your wanting to be liked gene? Because the people listening to this show like you, Nick.
Yeah.
So if they're horrible to you, then people won't like them.
Yeah.
Is my way of thinking.
Yeah.
But obviously some people don't get that.
I always think it's funny when you have a guest on and they're promoting something like a children's book or a Disney film and they're really miserable. I'm really like, you're promoting a thing that's for children. It's like a fun, and they come on, they're like, yeah, well, like really spiky like that.
Who did you have on the other day? I think it was the 1975s, and they were talking about the new music, and they wanged on for a long time. It was like the South Bank show or something.
It really was.
It was like BBC Radio 4 about the new music.
I was drifting off, if I'm honest.
And then another one that just kind of went, we really wanted to wear those clothes. Or something like that.
Yeah.
It was something like, that's what the music
video is about, really.
We're looking to the future, we're doing this.
And we're trying to comment culturally on what we're trying to achieve as a band in this spectrum of music. And the other one was like, and we like the shoes.
Yay, shoes.
Yay. Which of your guests have you really fancied, and have they lived up to your expectations when you interviewed them? Have you ever had that panic? Because we've got a little bit Justin Bieber panic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's happened this year. Fiona, back me up.
Yeah, we've
It's happened because my friend Makita, who I did T4 with, Makita, I don't care about this. I'm going to out you as this. She has fancied Justin Bieber for years. She loves him. And she's loved him since he was like 16, 17. Since he came out doing music videos, she has fancied him. And she thinks he's cool. She loves him. She's always fancied him. I always thought he looks a little bit like he might smell. But this year,
I'm going to call this out.
converted.
I'm going to call this out. This is creepy. This is creepy chatter. Justin Bieber still looks about 10. This is creepy chatter. He may have had tattoos. He may have crashed a car. He looks 11 at a push. Back off the Bieber, everyone.
Everyone calm down.
No, this is honestly, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Has that ever happened to you, though, when you've had a guest on and all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow.
Who's the guy? He was Captain Kirk in Star Trek. Chris Pine.
Chris Pine.
Do you know what happens
Chris
to me?
Pine, be mine.
Yeah, no, what happens to me is, they're good-looking people, they're actors, and when I sometimes do this thing where I shake someone's hand and I'll touch them on the shoulder in a kind of friendly way. You shake their hand and tap them. Chris Pine, I tapped him, and I sort of went, oh, because it was like, what are you made out of? It was like he'd been carved from stone. It was incredible.
It's funny if they come on and you'd never thought about them in that light before. Yeah. Mark Ruffalo, for me, was like a smack in the face when I met him. I was like, whoa!
Wow. He is very attractive.
I'd never thought about that before.
Yeah.
It was a real shocker. It was a real shocker. Tina gets that a lot when she's doing all the news stuff and she has to go and interview loads of news people.
Well, of course she does, because she's got the hair.
Yeah, she's got the hair. They're like, oh my God, here she is. Graham, thank you for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure.
We'd love to have you anytime you feel like popping in and waking up really excessively
I'll see you
early.
tomorrow.
Come, all right, perfect. In tomorrow morning with Daniel Craig and Naomi Harris. We're going to play a bit of Kiko Bun. Graham Norton, thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah, Kiko Bun.